Hello, and welcome to today's edition of Talk of the Town. My name is Maria Judge, and I'm guest hosting today, thanks to Brian Kelley, the longtime host of this show, who has kindly turned it over to us to talk about the upcoming Fuller Village Community Fair. I'm here with my friend and neighbor from Fuller Village, Jane McClellan.
Hello. The fair will be held on Saturday, October 26th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 1372 Brush Hill Road, which is Fuller Village. And I'm the chair of this year's fair committee, and Maria is the publicity coordinator. We're here to talk about our fair.
And some people may know that Fuller Village has two sections. One is called Blue Hill. The main entrance is on Blue Hill Ave. The other is called Brush Hill, and that main entrance is on Brush Hill Road, 1372. Jane, tell us about the fair.
Well, the fair has been running 18 years. This is our 19th year, and every year it gets a little bigger, Maria. Fundraiser and community building event is the way we discuss the fair. So yes, we do bring in money, and hopefully a good amount of money, but for me, the purpose of the fair, more importantly, is about friend raising and community building and establishing rapport within Fuller Village residents. Although we already have great rapport among Fuller Village residents, it's enhanced with our fair event, which only occurs once every year. And originally it was called a fall fair or a harvest fair. This year I asked that we could rename it and call it a community fair, because indeed that's what it is. It's a community fair, and it involves the community of Fuller Village and the community of Milton.
And it's held rain or shine,
Yes,
correct?
it is.
Yep. There are dozens of people. That's probably that's probably not accurate, because it's many more than that, but we'll say dozens of people who are involved. The anticipation within Fuller Village increases as the date gets closer, and it involves hundreds of people who come.
Yes,
because
it does.
they know what it is. So you mentioned this is a fundraiser. Can you tell us what the money is used for?
Oh, sure. The Fuller Village Fair is sponsored by the Residents Association, and the Residents Association is an organization which works alongside Fuller Village. It's run by the residents, for the residents, and it supplements the activities and events that are available to our residents. We have movies, we have special dinners, we have lectures and concerts, we buy books for our two libraries. We have morning coffee hours. We have pancake breakfasts. I could go on. We have a wonderful director, Marty, who has great ideas about activities at Fuller Village, and many of these activities are subsidized by the Residents Association, and our main source of income is our annual fair. So that's what we're about. We also have a charitable component, and we help out Father Bill's, which I believe it's once a month the residents get together and make lunches for Father Bill's, and we also help support the food pantry in Milton. We give a contribution to the COA, Council on Aging, and we also contribute to a benevolent fund which helps folks at Fuller Village who are in need. So we do a lot of charitable events as well with the money that we raise from the fair.
And would you say it's true that there are so many activities and so many groups at Fuller Village that sometimes you have to make a choice of what to go to?
Oh my goodness, yes,
and probably
absolutely.
The occasional complaint about, I wish they wouldn't schedule everything at the same time,
Yes.
but it's because sometimes things get added to the calendar and there's just a conflict.
It's a big offering, yes. We're very lucky.
Yes, yeah. What can people expect to find at this year's fair, Jane?
We have a lot of things at the fair. We have knitted goods, sweaters, baby blankets, hats, scarves, all kinds of knitted goods. We have sewing and quilting. We have all types of placemats and food protectors and bowl cozies and all types of sewn items and many quilted items as well. So we have a lot to offer. I know of more than 50 quilted items in particular. We have jewelry at the fair. We have pillows from Guatemala. One of our vendors is bringing these pillows, and they're very beautiful. They're made from woven fabrics indigenous to Guatemala. I think they're going to be of great interest. We have pottery. A local potter has made beautiful items and will be attending the fair. We have handmade bath products from another local vendor. A young woman from Canton is coming. We have cork and wood crafts made by one of our residents at Fuller Village. They're lovely handcrafts. And baked goods. I can't emphasize the baked goods enough. We have 4 to 5 tables of baked goods, and it's the residents at Fuller Village who bake these items themselves from scratch and offer them for sale at the fair. We will be this year focusing on several gluten-free items as well for people who have that dietary restriction. And I know that many people return to the fair every year because they're excited about the baked goods.
Yes.
We have honey from the hives at Fuller Village and other areas throughout Milton. And the honey is a very popular item. We always sell out. We have an artist table with original artists' work. I'm very excited about that. Several talented people at Fuller Village who are artists contribute to this table and will be there in person to talk about some of the items that they've made. And fairgoers can purchase an original work of art for far less than it's really worth. Gift cards and scratch tickets are very popular with fairgoers, and we have an array of them as well. But the big attraction, Maria, at the fair are raffle baskets. We have 30 raffle baskets, each valued at $100, and they usually follow a theme. So you might buy a kitchen basket or a bath basket or another type of a basket that...
Cocktail basket, for
Oh, a
instance.
cocktail basket, gourmet
Yes.
foods, different
Yes,
things like
yes.
that. They're
Some
very popular.
Children's baskets.
People love the raffle baskets. They're very, very popular. We have 27 tables at the fair that are just packed with handcrafted goods of all kinds.
Yeah, that's it's quite something to see. And usually the raffle baskets bring in, of all of the items that we sell, the raffle baskets usually bring in more money because people just want those baskets.
Yes,
So,
we sell a lot of raffle tickets.
yes. So we brought some samples of the items that you'll see at the fair. Would you like to tell us about them, Jane?
I'd love to tell you about them, Maria. We have a number of wonderful things here. I'd like to show this little sweater that we have. It's made by one of our knitters, Lois, especially talented. She makes the sweater and the little hat, and you can see she's got a little elephant detail on the sleeve. These are very, very popular. She begins knitting them at the beginning of the year, and oftentimes she gets started on one and somebody will come up and say, "Oh, I have to have one of those for my grandchild." And so that sweater's already promised. She knits them in sports colors too, which is lovely because you can see here the Bruins colors. She knits them in Patriots themes and baseball themes as well. Absolutely. So we have
Those
a lot
are
of
lovely.
Yes,
Just
we have
lovely.
a lot of knitted goods. We have an example of the original pottery that I was talking about, and pottery, handmade pottery is lovely. On the sewn items, we have a couple of tote bags that were made in the Vera Bradley style, and I think that they're going to be very popular. We have seasonal items, a small Thanksgiving quilt that could be hung on a door, a wall, used as a little table centerpiece. We have a number of these. We have, same idea, a Christmas one. And the Christmas one can be hung on your door or wherever you like, used as a table runner on your table. They're very festive and get you into the mood of the holiday very quickly.
Yes.
We have bottles of wine. We're going to have several of these this year. It's a wonderful idea. We're featuring these as hostess gifts. And you have the bottle of wine and a package of cocktail napkins, nicely done up with the cellophane and the ribbon, and a gift card. All you need to do is put the name of the recipient and sign your own name. A perfect hostess gift to take to your Thanksgiving or Christmas table, don't you think?
Absolutely, and we're always looking for something to take to a party.
Yes, we
at
are.
the last minute.
Yes, we are. And we have a couple of our famous raffle baskets. They're not wrapped as we normally do. The raffle baskets will look like this at the fair, but because we're on camera, we thought you might be able to see what's in the baskets better unwrapped. So they're unwrapped just for today. This is a quilter's basket. My friend Mary made this. She did a beautiful job. She's got homemade pot holders. She's got handmade coasters. She has a couple of quilts and there's a puzzle here. This basket is worth way more than $100. The quilt's in there, one quilt alone. So it's a really wonderful value. This here is a basket that was purchased by one of our residents, and we think it's very apropos for this year. The theme of the basket is Votes for Women.
Oh, excellent.
And it features 2 plates, 2 mugs, a lovely towel, some little campaign buttons, and napkins. So somebody's going to look at this basket and be very impressed with this basket. So we have a number of things here, and there's one last item right here in the front. I'm going to reach it for you and ask you to tell us about it, because this is very unique.
Yes. So I particularly wanted to show these because I made them, so I'm promoting myself. But these look like they might be little jumpers, maybe for dolls or for a small child or a baby, but in fact, they are chicken sweaters
Chicken sweaters.
When I first heard about these, I thought they were adult sweaters that had chickens on them. But no, I was told the story. About 7 years ago, the Wakefield estate, which is right across the street from us, and they keep chickens there, they noticed that some of their chickens were feeling the cold. And there was one rooster in particular who was from Malaysia and was not accustomed to the winter temperatures. So somebody contacted our knitting group and asked if they could knit sweaters for them. So nobody had heard of chicken sweaters, but Nancy Kearns, who is a fabulous knitter, went online and found a pattern for chicken sweaters, and they made chicken sweaters. They made quite a few of them. So we were not able to take a picture of one of the chickens wearing the sweater, but hopefully there'll be some that are added to the program. The Milton Times did a story about the chicken sweaters, and it got picked up by other newspapers. It got picked up by ABC News. It got picked up by the PBS NewsHour. It completely went viral. And there's a whole list of places that it appeared. One of the Chinese language newspapers picked it up, so we don't really know what it says, but they had a picture of the chicken being held, I think, by one of the knitters wearing its chicken sweater. So people who saw the program called in, they wrote letters, they sent yarn so we could make more chicken sweaters. So it's a great example of the community reaching out to us and our being able to help them. Usually it's not in such a thoroughly unique way, but it was interesting, it was helpful, it gave us another way to work with the Wakefield estate, and it's just a great story. So
it is a great story of fair memorabilia, if you will. Yes, that's wonderful. And Maria, I don't want to forget to talk about the assembling and wrapping of the gift baskets, because that's a very big issue.
It is. It's you can see how beautifully this item is wrapped. Well, it takes a village to do that. So Peg Riley offers her garage, and all of the items are gathered there, the ribbon, the plastic wrap, and I think she said it takes about 3 sessions to do it. And so they have everything laid out, and it works on kind of an assembly line process. I believe that there is wine that kind of helps to inspire the group, but it's not just a question of getting everything together, it's presenting it in the most beautiful way that we can.
Absolutely. So. And the baskets, really, each of them are a little work of art. They're assembled with a theme, and they're put together with a lot of love. And it starts with the individual contributions from the community, the individual community members who donate various articles to go into a basket. And Peg's team, and she has a whole team of workers, gather and decide upon a theme for a basket and build a basket around a theme. And the goal is $100 per basket. If the basket falls a little short of that, then they add gift cards to put it inside that bring the value up. So when you come to the fair, you can peruse 30 different baskets with all different themes and all different subjects, but if you win a basket, you'll be very happy indeed.
And where do all these items come from, Jane?
Well, they're all donated. Everything is donated. Much of the yarn for the knitting is donated. Most of the material from the sewing is donated. Everything from the baskets is donated. It's either purchased or handmade, and it all comes together for the fair. So it really shows the love and the caring of the entire resident community of Fuller Village. pulling together for a common goal. And something that's also interesting to me, I think, is some of the individual clubs that we have at Fuller Village. The poker club, the chorus, the cornholers, the pickleballers. For example, those are a few of our clubs. They will get together and they'll donate a basket. They gather various items. Everybody contributes something. They deliver it to Peg's garage, and it gets assembled into a beautiful basket and winds up on our raffle table at the fair. Sometimes neighbors and friends who live together, you know, in close proximity in the community will contribute to a basket, and then it'll be a neighbor's basket. So it's just a wonderful concept, and it really really enhances the sense of community and the rapport that we feel with each other. We have great rapport, as I mentioned before, anyway, but the fair just really emphasizes that. And as the day to the fair gets closer and the anticipation builds, you really feel the camaraderie among all of us.
Yes. And the poker club isn't necessarily going to give anything poker related, right?
No,
it's
no.
It's just this particular group of people.
Yes, exactly.
So all of these items and the people who contribute, it kind of gives you an example of the kinds of activities that you find at Fuller Village. We talked a little bit about them before.
Yes, but we have a lot of activities at Fuller Village that I'd hate to not take this opportunity to discuss. We have groups that meet all year round. Exercises are a big part of it. We have exercises. We have a wonderful exercise director, Jen, who has established clubs for yoga and cardiac exercises, and functional fitness is a popular group. If you don't like to exercise, it's a great way to get together with friends and turn it into a social time and get your exercise in at the same time. That's what I do.
But the exercise classes are usually pretty crowded, though.
Yes, they are. They are. And the bike club is a group. My husband loves that particular one. We have social activities, coffee hours and dinners. We have a green committee, which features recycling and composting, so important in this day and age. Awareness of solar energy. We have hiking clubs, summer and winter. We get out there. After all, the Blue Hills Reservation is right at our doorstep.
Right.
Community gardens at Fuller Village are very popular, and extra food and vegetables are donated to the food pantry. So the gardens are very special at Fuller Village as well.
Yes. I had my first garden this year, and mine was much more modest than anyone else's, but at least things grew, so
that's wonderful.
That was exciting for me. How many people would you say are involved in making the fair happen?
I would say almost all of the community is involved. Either involved making crafts, asking for donations, selling raffle tickets, collecting donated items from friends and neighbors, baking, all the wonderful baked goods that we have, assembling the baskets as we've talked about, making signs. There's a lot of signage that needs to go into putting on a successful fair. Identifying and contacting outside vendors, because we do have some outside vendors who come in and sell their wares as well. And setting up and breaking down the fair at the beginning and the end. We need lots of volunteers for that. And last but not least, we have Gail, who tracks our contributions and makes accurate listings of what everybody contributes, so that we can facilitate thank you notes after the fair. So after the fair is over, we're busy thanking folks for all the help we got. So it's a year-long production, and it involves almost everyone. And those who aren't able to contribute, maybe because of advanced age or other reasons, still love to attend the fair.
Yes.
It's very well attended.
Yeah.
So it's just a wonderful event.
It is, yes. And it's also an opportunity for socializing. And the other thing that just occurred to me is that it's another way for people in Fuller Village to get to know each other, because we have about 400 residents.
Yes.
And we have 2 separate campuses that are very close together, and we're back and forth all the time. But you can't possibly know everybody. And so I think the first year I lived here, the fair was a few weeks after I moved in. And I just remember meeting so many people because I was volunteering at a table and I donated some things. So it's another opportunity for Fuller Village residents to get to know each other and work together. So.
Oh, absolutely. I'm recognized all over the campus now.
Yes.
And I never had so many friends. So
Exactly.
yes, you're absolutely right.
So when does the work start?
It starts probably right after the fair ends.
Yes,
We start
yes.
thinking about the next fair. We have a wrap-up meeting, and we discuss what we did well, what we could improve, and the ideas begin to churn for the next year's fair.
Yes, that's great. And I suppose new residents bring new ideas too from wherever they've lived or from fairs that they've participated in. So,
Yes, yes.
excellent. So let's just mention again, this is the Fuller Village Community Fair.
Yes, it is.
It is held on October 26th
That's right.
at 1372 Brush Hill Road, which is part of Fuller Village. And it's a great event.
Yes, we've been preparing for you. Please come.
Yes.
Thank you.
Anything we've missed, do you think? Anything we
I
haven't
don't
told
think so.
people? Good. Yeah. So we've pretty well covered everything. So again, we appreciate the opportunity to present this information today, and we hope whoever hears this will check us out and come to the fair. We guarantee that you will find something that you like. Most people do go away happy. Raffle winners are particularly happy. Someone I know last year who won a gift certificate to a restaurant right down the street used it that night. So some of it you can use immediately, other things last longer. And of course, it's a great way to do your Christmas shopping, your holiday shopping.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of the gifts are unique, and it'll take care of a lot of your shopping. So thanks so much for being here and
Yes,
talking
it
about
was
the
a pleasure.
fair. So thank you.